Hello and welcome here from the barn, the home of the Glenbard West Hilltoppers for the start of the big dance, the original March Madness. It's the IHSA Boys Playoffs here on York Sports Network. Starting off here in the regional semifinals, it is the number 2 seed York Dukes taking on the 15 seed Bartlett Hawks. Bartlett playing Monday in their regional quarterfinal game to get into the nitty-gritty bracket that is this large Bartlett sectional. 18 teams, York coming in as the 2 seed, only behind Glenbard East.
As you mentioned, Luca, the Dukes are heavily favored being the 2 seed. The winner of this goes on to play the winner of the following game. That is Leiden GBW for the regional final.
Regional final will be hosted here at Glenbard West again, then it's off to Bartlett for sectionals. O'Leary to campus, inside. Hunter Stepanek not playing in this game, getting some rest after going down with that knee injury on senior night. Carter Heron also out, but will be returning Friday. Luby with this one pulls up mid-range, got it to fall.
Joseph Luby can get going early. That's a great sign for the Dukes. He leads this team in scoring throughout the season.
That's Brandon Johnson getting this one across half court. Gives this one back out up top. Swick. Johnson inside now to Leiterman. Tries to find a look. Johnson fakes, kicks. Corner drive, Pels, baseline, stolen by Campus. Luby taking it the other way, gets it across half. Poku holds, trying to find a look. Campus drops this one into Rennick, who gets fouled on his way up.
Jackson Rennick, a real grit player. He was nicknamed Rodman by the coaching staff, and that's why you see the leopard print buzz cut he's got going as a way to celebrate them winning the West Suburban Conference. He made a deal with the coaches that he would get the infamous Dennis Rodman leopard print buzz if they did, which there you see it.
Rennick, the first Duke to go to the line in this one, connects on his first.
Definitely won't be his last time at the stripe. He's undersized down low, but he gives up for it with his hustle and tenacity on the offensive rebounds.
Able to get the whistle blown nicely in his favor, too. Connects on both of them, makes this a 4-0 game.
Dukes extending their 1-2-2 press a little bit more than they usually do, picking up about 3/4 court length rather than picking up at half.
There's a bit different spacing here. Obviously, with Stepanek not in, you're kind of running a stretch 5 lineup. Campus usually runs the 4 in most lineups that Coach Dunn runs off the bench. Here's a wing 3, not going to fall. Rebounded by Campus. Poku pushing in transition, kicks out to O'Leary for 3. Just short. And Luby picks up a foul.
This Dukes team is really young. You saw the sophomore Will O'Leary get up a shot there, but Luby as well. He's only a junior. Poku's a junior, and then the 2 centers down low are seniors. The rest of the bench is filled out by a lot of juniors, though, supplemented with a couple seniors. So definitely a bright future for this Dukes, already winning the West Suburban Conference.
Poku with a nice steal there, gives it up ahead to Luby, who goes soaring in for that lay.
Dukes bench doing all they can. Even though they're not in the game, they're getting loud early. Yes, it's 6-0, but they're still keeping with this game, and they're keeping the energy up.
Ball stolen by Campus again. O'Leary drops this one into Rennick. He's getting doubled. One more. Campus is fouled.
Dukes looking to push the ball inside already. Typically, you see them more reliant on their three-point shooting between Luby, O'Leary, and then Osgodome off the bench. But here you see Rennick and Campus getting early paint touches.
And a timeout called by Bartlett. They trail 6-0. And now Campus will go to the line out of this break with a chance to make it 8-0. With that, we will step away momentarily. You are watching the IHSA Regional Semifinals here on York Sports Network. Welcome you back, Campus. Short on that first free throw attempt.
You know, Kevin Howard, the Bigs coach, works a lot on the footwork down low, but maybe has to work on free throw shooting too. Makes good on the second, though.
Makes that a 7-0 game. Johnson drops this one inside. Leiterman back out. Frost just checked into the game. Rennick got a hand on that one. It's going to stay with Bartlett.
Frost rocking the face mask. Looks like he either had a nose or eye injury. Good to see him back out there on the court.
Swick inside, kicks out. Pels, three is not going to fall. Poku winds up from the corner, rims around and out. Campus is there for the follow-up, and he's going to take another trip to the stripe.
Once again, the Dukes are rewarded for their work on the offensive glass. Kostas didn't get the shot to fall, but he gets a stripe to the line, or a trip to the line, well-deserved.
Campus, good on the first. In comes Kellen Myers for Bartlett. Out goes Frost. Campus short on his second. It's taken in by Johnson. Pels with a way-wire pass there in between Swick and Leiterman. Miscommunication. O'Leary inside. Rennick got blocked from behind. Campus is there again and will take his third consecutive trip to the free throw line.
That's already the fourth foul called against Bartlett. And the second one called against number 30. Wouldn't be surprised if Coach made a move to check him out, which he does. 23 comes into the game. That is Andy Malosh.
Out goes Pels.
Would not be surprised if we don't see Pels until the second half, as 2 fouls already this early in the first quarter is not a good sign for how the rest of the game's going to go.
Johnson, left wing, being guarded by O'Leary. Kicks it behind to Swick. Johnson at the free throw line. Back out, Leiterman drives, one more inside. Nice feed to Malosh. First bucket of the night for Bartlett here. 4 minutes into the first quarter.
4 minutes in, Bartlett's already got 7 different players out there on the court. Meanwhile, the Dukes are continuing with their starting lineup. Coach Dunn not making a single move to the bench yet.
Campus backing down, draws contact again. I'm not sure if Bartlett is with a hack-a-shack mindset. If anything, if they are, they must have read Costa Campus wrong, as he has been very efficient from the line so far. This is his 4th trip now. Second one just out.
I think it's more of a matter that Campus is just so dominant down low that he is rather taking advantage of the size disparity that he has on this Bartlett team rather than them planning a hack-a-shack type defense.
Johnson trying to spin free. It's backed into the corner. Leiterman outside. Johnson found cutting inside, makes it a 10-4 game. Just lost a man there.
Great job by Johnson to move without the ball. That's very much a difficulty for many players in the youth game. Majority want to make plays with the ball, but every coach cannot stress the importance of movement without it.
And an offensive foul call on Luby. No, not an offensive. Good. It's called on Brandon Johnson, actually, of Bartlett, and it's going to send Luby to the stripe.
That puts the Dukes already in the bonus with just under 3 minutes left. This is a nightmare scenario for Bartlett to start this game. You already come in as underdogs, being the 15 seed against the 2, and the worst way to start it is getting yourself into foul trouble and putting the other team in the bonus.
Sawyer Asgadome and Miles Burnison check in. Out go Campus and O'Leary. Second one goes down for Johnson. Does not, excuse me. He gets this one across half. Pull-up J from Swick, not going to fall. Rebounded by Rennick. Here he goes. Giving this one behind to Poku. Gets a screen up top from Rennick. Burnison drops this one down inside. Rennick blocked from behind again. No foul is going to be called. Swick pushing the pace, giving this one to Myers. Back to Swick. Ball tipped. Johnson winds up for three. No good. Asgadome likes the speed. Poku slows it down on the other end. Rennick gets this one stolen out of nowhere by Johnson. He goes up with it. Can't get the bucket to fall, but he is fouled.
Tough call there for Rennick. He pulled back the hands and almost let Johnson get an uncontested layup there. Just his momentum carried it himself into the body of Johnson, leading to the foul call.
Johnson connects on his first. Second one from Johnson is good as well. Now Bartlett running a press. The Dukes break it. Asgadome in the corner gives us one back up top. Poku. Pressure up top. Poku swings this one. Asgadome catch and shoot three. No good. Rebounded by Rennick on the other side. Luby winds up top of the key. Got it.
Luby showing off why he's the Dukes' leading scorer on average points per game and season totals. Extending there from range.
First three-point field goal from either team this entire game. Minute left now in the first quarter. 15-6 your score. The Dukes still on top. Leiterman gets some pressure up top from Poku. Gives this one to Johnson. Malosh. Leiterman drives. Taken away by Luby.
Great hands there by Luby to seal off the baseline, jumping in that passing lane, being rewarded with the steal. Wouldn't be surprised if the Dukes hold for the last possession here, as there's no shot clock in IHSA play.
Last year of it. We'll see who benefits with it next year. I know some teams who will not benefit with the shot clock next year. No names named. I believe the Dukes will, though. Oh. And a foul on Johnson again. Little tie up there with Luby.
That's going to be his second foul of the game. So Johnson as well in foul trouble. So that's two players with two or more fouls for Bartlett early in this game.
Brandon Johnson of Bartlett, not to be confused with Brandon Johnson, the mayor of the city of Chicago. I just put those two things together, actually.
Yeah, that was slipping my mind. That'd be great if we had the mayor of Chicago dominating some high school ball.
Mm-hmm. Johnson does check out, though. Want to keep him out of foul trouble. 17-6 game now. York leads by 11.
John Vlahos checking in here. His story is kind of interesting as he sustained a couple of injuries, lost his role in the common rotation, but here he's being supplemented in for Luby, kind of earning back that role after his performance on senior night almost.
Yeah, the depth chart is a bit interesting tonight without Heron or Stepanek, so Coach Dunn, even though this is playoffs, is still open to trying some new stuff. No good there from Swick at the buzzer. 17-6 your score heading into the second quarter. We will step aside momentarily. You are watching the IHSA Regional Semifinals here on York Sports Network. We welcome you back here. Score 17-6. York up 11. Bartlett trying to get some action going here. Here's a corner three open for Leiterman. Can't get it to fall.
Bartlett just unable to uncap the rim from beyond the arc. Haven't made a single three yet.
Vlahos to Burnison up top. Tries feeding that one inside to Campus. Has to go chasing for that one. Gives it outside. Osgodome. Burnison winds up from three. That one just short, but Campus is there for the offensive rebound right out. Osgodome, three ball won't fall. He gets his own board off the tip from Burnison. Reset.
Osgodome, a three-point specialist. He's a second-year varsity player, only as a junior. Played a crucial role in last year's roster and is doing the same as kind of a plug-and-play three-point specialist.
Burnison creating there for himself off that fake and drive. Tough move inside. Makes it a 19-6 game.
If that last name sounds familiar, he is the younger brother of Max Burnison, former varsity Dukes player. He also was a big man.
Luby checks back in. Vlahos comes out. Big lineup being run here by the Dukes.
The difference in the game being the same as the difference in seeds. Dukes being the 2 seed, Bartlett the 15. Bartlett beating West Chicago in the play-in to get here.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting to see some of those regional quarterfinal games. Griffin, this is a big enough sectional where there are regional quarterfinals with the addition of West Chicago and Prosser. So this is the first year they've done regional quarters for this tournament, but it benefits 1 and 2 seeds like Glenbard East and York. Great.
Reminiscent of the NBA play-in tournament.
Only 4 teams. Corner 3 from Frost is good. Cuts it to a 10-point game.
Frost, the first player of Bartlett to hit a shot beyond the arc. Finally getting something to fall from deep.
Burnison chucks that midi shot up and gets rewarded.
Fellow big man Will Greed is loving it on the bench there. Getting loud for his fellow big men stretching the court.
Pell swings this one inside. Mid-range shot from Frost is just long. Osgodome taking it the other way for the Dukes. Tries giving that one in the corner to Luby, but it's just off the mark.
Osgodome out for Poku. The two close family friends, so funny to see them kind of be the substitutions for each other throughout the season.
You know, that's the other thing you got to appreciate about this Dukes team. They are a very tightly knit group. It's kind of reminiscent of the Thunder, young, but the power of friendship trumps all.
A lot of these players coming out of the Airborne program for youth basketball, a couple out of the Oak Brook Knights, but majority have been teammates pretty much ever since 4th grade.
Campus with the backdoor cut inside to Luby. Makes it a 23-9 game now. 4.5 minutes left in the first half. Ball tipped, saved. Frost in the corner. Back up to Leiterman. Bartlett moving this one around the horn, trying to find a look from the perimeter. Johnson, awkward angle shot, gets the foul called.
Somewhat of a late call there. I don't disagree with it, but it looked like the ref was waiting to call that depending on if it was a good shot or not.
Johnson's first, no good.
14 points separate the two teams, but this game feels much closer than that. Bartlett is getting good looks on the offensive side of the ball. It's just they're not falling, and they cannot get a stop on the defensive end. If both those start to turn and switch momentum, Bartlett could easily come back into this game.
O'Leary pulls down the board, taking it the other way. Luby, top of the key 3. No good. Rebounded going the other way. Johnson getting pressured here by O'Leary into the corner. Feeds this one out. Pull up midi, no good from Swick. Taken in by Campus. Poku drops this one down low. Campus, wide open layup.
Campus showing off the strong hands there, maintaining possession through the contact, showing why he's going to Georgetown. Committed there as an offensive guard for the football team.
3 ball just left. Poku moving this one around. Campus gets that one tipped, so it's going to stay with the Dukes. Campus is going to check out. Back in comes Burnison.
With Stepanek being out, Burnison's getting an increased role in the rotation, and he's proving why Coach Dunn was right in doing so. 4 points off the bench and a bountiful amount of rebounds.
Luby, corner 3 from behind the screen is good.
Luby already up to 16 points.
28-9 now. Luby gets a screen from Rennick. Over to Burnison now behind O'Leary. Drives inside, puts his head down. Layup just off the mark. Johnson pushing this one the other way. Fake, Pels. Drops that one down low. Malosh is fouled.
Great feed by Pels down low. Malosh was fouled, but that play was practically generated solely off the court vision of Pels. Fun fact, 4 out of the 5 Dukes out there played on the same airborne basketball team, Jackson Rennick being the lone senior out there, so he was a team above. But Osgadome, Poku, Burnison, and Luby all played for the Elmhurst Airborne A team throughout middle school.
Trouble down low there for Burnison. He gets that one intercepted by Johnson, and he's fouled. You know, just looking at this gym right now, the barn it just got renovated over the summer, believe it or not. And looking at the state championship banners, and I was reminded, of course, of the 37-1 Glenbard West basketball team in 2022 that won state, only losing to an out-of-state competition. Same team that Bronny James played on.
Sierra Canyon.
That's right, and
incredible that an Illinois team was that good that they drew in the California-based team, Sierra Canyon, with Bronny James, future NBA player. Some might call him a G Leaguer.
Burnison inside. Layup no good. Rennick there for the putback and one.
Showing off why the coaches nicknamed him Rodman. Despite his size, going to work on the offensive glass, being rewarded for it with the and one opportunity here.
Pels comes back in here for Bartlett. Gabe Piper also checking in here for the Dukes.
21-point lead. Coach Dunn really extending this rotation. Special shout out to younger brother of Gabe Piper, YSN member Brooks Piper.
Very valuable guy to have. Wonder if he's at this game, actually. Johnson gets doubled. And they're going to say Burnison fouled him.
Seems like the refs are calling a lot of fouls. Dukes were in the bonus, and now Bartlett is. But overall, there's been 7 fouls in this quarter alone. Sometimes you don't even see team totals for the entire game get that high.
Correction, they put that foul on Luby, actually, his second of the night.
It is later in the second quarter, so he's not quite yet in foul trouble, but that is definitely something to watch out for. As if he gets up to 3, either in the closing moments of this quarter or early in the second half, that could put him in trouble and find himself on the bench.
Johnson goes 2 for 2 from the line. 31-11 now, minute 13 left in the first half.
Bartlett sticking with this full court press. Dukes having no trouble breaking it as Poku gets it across the timeline there. But overall, I feel like Bartlett needs to dial back the press and really lock down the paint before they worrying about extending it and forcing turnovers.
Piper to Luby, top of the key again. That one just off the back iron. Poku with a heroic save there in between two Hawks.
Poku is one of the most athletic players I've seen from this Dukes team in a while. Long jumper on the track team as well. Just an all-around athlete.
Rennick took too many steps there being posted up. In come Gretus and Asgadome again. Out go Luby and Rennick. Johnson gets this one across half. He's going to drive inside. He gets fouled by Osgadome.
That's a really ticky-tack foul there, I feel.
Johnson on his 4th trip to the line now on the night.
Only 6 points, so if he capitalizes on these free throws throughout the entire game, Bartlett would be that much closer to surmounting this lead.
O'Leary comes back in. Poku checks out.
If you look in the top corner of your screen, even with a 19-point lead, Coach Kevin Howard still telling Jackson Rennick what he can improve on down low.
Ball tipped out by Johnson. Stays with the Dukes. Ball given in the backcourt to O'Leary. 15 seconds left. O'Leary. 5 seconds. Osgodome inside. Greetus at the horn. Not going to fall. He's there for his own putback.
Will Greetus, only a sophomore, but showing off why the coaching staff trusts him to play at the varsity level and actually get minutes, not just be a practice player going to work on the offensive glass.
That brings us to halftime with the score 33-12. The Dukes with a commanding lead. Still without Stepanek or Heron, but are still showing out in this first round of the IHSA Regional Semifinals. Do not go anywhere. You are watching York Sports Network.
Hello and welcome to York versus Bartlett. I am John Finucane. Alongside me is nobody. Our original announcers had to take a short step aside, so I will be filling up for these couple minutes as Poku inbounds now. It'll be O'Leary to bring this one up. Here comes one of our announcers. O'Leary out to Poku, poked away.
Overall, I feel like this game has had a lot of fouls in general. This one being called within the first 8 seconds of a half. Or sorry, that was not a foul. That was just out of bounds. Could have been called a foul, though.
Yeah, so I will take my headset off and I will go back to scoreboard. Thank you guys for listening to my majestic voice. Here is Luca DeSanto.
Back. All right, we are back. Sorry, I had to fix my headset. We are back. 7.5 minutes. Nothing much has happened. Score sides obviously have switched out of the break. O'Leary trying to find an opening on the inbound.
We apologize for being late. We were just chatting up with GBW radio announcer Sebi. Shout out to him. Obviously, don't leave our stream, but if you ever want to catch a GBW game, Sebi will be on the mic. So definitely go check out him.
Campus can't get there for the offensive board. Johnson takes this one the other way for Bartlett. They trail by 21 now. Johnson getting hounded in the corner. Pull-up three. Swick is online.
Already a better start for Bartlett, getting a three to go early in the second half. It took them the whole first quarter to even get a three-point attempt off, not making their first one until the second quarter.
Luby looking to respond. O'Leary coming around. Poku gets a screen from Campus, goes inside, tries drawing a foul. Campus can't get the putback to fall. Pell's pushing, lasers that one over to Frost. It's last touch by Rennick, stays with Bartlett.
Duke's going with maybe the longest rotation they've ever had, having 10 separate players check into the game already. Only 3 active players remain, with Stepanik and Charon out for the game.
Shot no good there again from Swick. O'Leary taking this one the other way. Poku drives from the corner. Luby drives from the corner, goes back out. Campus up top. Poku gets a screen. Drops it inside. Campus getting himself open there off a couple hesitations, makes this a 35-15 game.
Campus had 8 free throw attempts in the first half, looking to do the same here, getting down low into the paint early and often.
Swick pulls up from inside the paint, it's good. Campus inside again. Goes up and he's fouled.
I mentioned it earlier, but Campus, 8 attempts in the first half. That's practically unheard of at the high school level. Now, if you're a Thunder fan, you're more used to that.
Now at the line for his 9th and 10th. First one, no good. Swick over to Johnson. Back to Swick. Corner 3 from Pels, hangs around, doesn't drop.
That last possession for Bartlett just encapsulated the whole first half. Good look, just didn't get able to fall, and that's what led the Dukes to such a large lead.
O'Leary layup won't fall. Goes out of bounds. Let's take a look at some scores happening around the state right now. Let's play a game. Who do you think is up right now, Waukegan or Mundelein?
Give me Waukegan.
They are up 32-21 in the third. Bennett or Romeoville?
Former #1 team in the state. You got to go Bennett.
Still are. 31-18. Three ball online there from Swick. Let's see. Oh, Keary or Jones?
Give me the underdog. I'm going to go Jones.
They are down 15 at half.
I was just trying to be a little bit different with my picks. I don't want to pick the top dog every time.
Rennick, layup won't fall. Burnison there for the putback. It's more fun to play that game once you get further down in the playoffs. Things aren't very evenly matched in the regional semis. Low seed versus high seed. You rarely see those 8-9s. Corner swing, Frost gives this one down low. Leiterman is fouled.
Looking ahead to the future, following this game, you will have the Leiden Eagles take on the Hilltoppers of Glenbard West. The winner of this game, which looks to be shaping up as the Dukes, will play the winner of that game in the regional final. Winner of that moves on to the sectional, hosted by Bartlett. Right now, it does not look like Bartlett will be able to play host and home team for their sectional, though. If the Dukes continue this pattern of just dominance on both offensive and defensive sides of the ball.
All credit to Bartlett's athletic department. They're hosting sectionals for not only boys but also girls. That is ongoing right now. The sectional championship will be played Thursday there. Burnison gets the putback layup to fall. Glenbard West playing in that sectional championship.
You mentioned girls basketball, and the boys team definitely looking to do better than the girls. They lost in heartbreaking fashion. Deep three-pointer from Larma pushed the game into overtime, eventually losing by 2.
Poku pushing this one the other way. Luby, quick three. Yes!
Luby might be the most ethical hooper on this team. He is up to 19 points, and all of that is built off high percentage looks that lead to him having great shooting splits on extremely efficient numbers. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe GBE, the 1 seed in this quad that the Dukes find themselves in, are up by a lot.
An astronomical amount against our friends at Proviso West, 38-17. That game being played at Glenbard East. Swick is fouled.
So if everything shapes up by what the seeds should say, both the 1 and 2 seeds remain between the Dukes and the Rams.
We have the potential, the 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds right now, who are all the top seed at their own regional right now, are all Jack Tosh teams. Glenbard East, Batavia, York, Glenbard North. We have the chance to see an all Jack Tosh sectional.
I'd love to see a Batavia-York rematch. Day 1 of the Tosh, Batavia got the best of York, but it's hard to beat a good team twice. So I would give myself the Duke on that one.
Beautiful block there by Myers, but Rennick is there for the second effort. More or less third effort, if anything. Swick, down low feed, blocked behind by O'Leary.
O'Leary saying anything you can do, I can do better. Gets another chase down block.
Luby winds up from 3 again. Got it.
Once again, Joseph Luby taking the high percentage look, crossing the 20-point mark with that, up to 22 on tonight's game. And it's only the third quarter.
Ball stolen by Burnison. What a sequence here from the Dukes.
You mentioned the Tosh. That scoring record was 29 points in a game. Do you think we could see Luby break that record here?
We might just see it. Burnison fakes, drives. Asgadome gives that one back out to Luby. Swings it. Asgadome. Going to slow things down here. 90 seconds left in the third. Luby coming around at the logo.
Do you know what the all-time scoring record for points in a game by a Dukes player, any game, is?
I only know the Tosh record, which is held by Chris Collins of Glenbrook North, which is 54. I don't know York's individual. Rennick posting up, fakes. Layup no good. Burnison there for the offensive rebound, and he's fouled on his way up.
Luby, high shooting splits here, but with a 28-point lead, I would not be surprised if Coach Dunn made a move to his bench, got Luby out, protected him from injury as he goes to the bench there. So that will not officially end his night at 22, but it's looking to be the final total.
And if that is, what a performance from him.
I said it once and I'll say it again, just straight ethical hoops. High shooting numbers, good looks, and high scoring totals. None of his shots are forced, and I think any coach on the planet would say all his shots are good ones.
Osgadome gets fouled there by Johnson.
Osgadome not used to IHSA playoff basketball, being a second-year player only as a junior. He got valuable minutes in the rotation last year when they made their push through the playoffs.
Burnison gets this one inside. It's stripped away. Here goes GBN the other way. Pell's up strong, and he's fouled.
I feel like the refs are, we see a foul called there, but I feel like the refs are kind of biting down on their whistle here. With the lead growing, I feel like fouls called are decreasing. Refs letting a little bit more contact be played through.
First one is good. Let's see, what else is up? Stevenson up only 8 on Conant. That's an interesting score, actually. Ball being fought for. Vlahos goes into the stands for that one.
Vlahos missed a lot of games to injury this season, but he's not afraid to put his body on the line. Going head first into the bleachers there.
Glenbard North only leading St. Charles East by 12 at halftime. That's an interesting one. That's all I have right now, I think.
I don't think we previewed the Mount Carmel.
Did we not?
I don't think we. I think that's where we left off, and then because Mount Carmel.
28-18. Mount Carmel with the 10-point lead over Hinsdale Central. That's an interesting one. Mount Carmel really had a mid-season rise, but they've kind of been on the down lately, playing in some of that CCL competition.
After seeing what St. Ignatius did in the Tosh, I believe in any CCL team.
By far the toughest conference in the state for hoops. Pels tries giving that one inside, but Burnison's there for the steal. Osgadome gets this one from behind, out to O'Leary. 3 seconds. O'Leary gets called for a walk.
If anything, I feel like that should have been a foul call.
2.3 seconds. Bartlett with a chance to get off one more shot. And I'm sure if you were Coach Dunn there, you were looking for actually some more scoring from the Dukes, as we will not enter a running clock heading into fourth, as it's only a 27-point lead? 27-point lead, and you need a 30-point lead to get the running clock. So when we come back, we will see if Bartlett can get anything to go, and we will see if York can get their way out of here even sooner. You are watching the IHSA Regional Semis here on York Sports Network. Welcome back. Score 48-21 to start off the fourth. The Dukes have it. O'Leary giving this one up ahead to Campus. Luby back in for the Dukes. Campus down low. Just strong there on the layup. Holding his mouth there. May have gotten hit. And Poku gets called for a double dribble there off the steal.
One interesting look here for the Dukes is they won the West Suburban Conference co-winners with Lyons Township, and yet majority of their players are actually committed for collegiate athletics on football. With Costa Campus going to Georgetown as a guard, Jackson Rennick going to Wisconsin Whitewater as a tight end, and then Hunter Stepanek going to Princeton for both football and volleyball.
Well, when I talked to Coach Dunn before the tournament, I kind of asked him, what is the difference maker? No one expected you guys, no one expected you guys to get off to this start and be where you are now. What has been the difference? And the answer every time, we're a big team. We got big players. We got football guys, Campus, Rennick, Stepanek, all big guys. And that works both offensively and defensively in their favor as Luby is found open on that screen coming around.
One interesting fact to note was Jackson Rennick actually played the point guard position through middle school up until, I want to say it was either 7th or 8th grade. He hit this growth spurt, which then he started to find some dominance down low in the paint.
Poku with the wide open lane there. And that is going to result in a quick timeout there from the Bartlett coach. We have entered running clock range. 31-point lead here for the Dukes, 52-21. You are watching York Sports Network. Welcome back. Score 52-21. Dukes in a 31-point cushion. It looks like right out of the break, Coach Dunn is going to bring in 4 substitutions. That looks like Piper, Vlahos, Gretus, and Burnison all sitting at the scores table now. Rennick pulls down that rebound off the Bartlett miss.
Osgodome came back in after that last time out there. Subbing in for Will O'Leary. Unable to get his 3 ball to go there, but O'Leary gingerly walks off the court. You saw him there rolling his ankle on the bench. Last thing Coach Dunn wants to see, one of his players getting injured in running clock time. Dare I say, somewhat reminiscent of Coach Tibbs and Derrick Rose.
Out go Luby, Rennick, Campus, and Poku. Only player staying, Osgodome.
I'd love to see my guy Julian McFadden get in. The Brazilian exchange student, me and him are pretty close. He's in my PE, and he dribbles like he's got the ball on a string. Incredible handles. I would not be surprised if he got valuable minutes next year. The biggest hurdle for him is just being new to the program, being a first-time Dukes player, let alone varsity player. He was not as familiar with the playbook of some of these other players who have been here all years of their high school education.
Bartlett tries going in, saving that ball there. Staying with York. Osgodome, Vlahos in the corner for 3. Yes, sir.
Vlahos always been a three-point shooter. I mentioned it earlier. His injuries took him out of the rotation. Vlahos there showing off why he was in the rotation in the first place.
Swick good on the pull-up there. And a timeout called by Bartlett with 4 minutes, 45 seconds left. They trail by 30. Do not go anywhere. You're watching the IHSA Regional Semis here on York Sports Network. We welcome you back. Score 55-25. The Dukes on top. Forced turnover there by Bartlett off that inbound from Piper. Free ball won't fall. Ball goes out, and they'll say it was last touch by York.
Great to see Bartlett not give up the intensity quite yet. They still have 4.5 minutes left to play here. Yes, they're down by 30, but it's the last time the seniors will see the basketball court for Bartlett. It's the last time a lot of these players will just play basketball in general, so great to see them play to the finish, not quite give up. I wouldn't be surprised if head coach just set a goal, get 30 points, and then we'll call a timeout, get 35 points.
Piper, reverse layup is good.
Gabe Piper wearing the Michael Jordan number, looking like he did one of his finishes there with the reverse.
Three ball from Johnson is good.
Johnson now up to double-digit scoring. Good to see him as a senior get some points up on the board in his last game.
It'll be Vlahos to trigger on the inbound here. Osgadome pulls up from just above the free throw line, not going to fall. Greedus tries going up for the offensive board. Goes out of bounds, stays with the Dukes though. Another foul on the Dukes. Going the other way now. Multiple subs coming in here for the Dukes. That is
Julian McFadden.
Yeah, McFadden, Torres, and Ahem coming in as well. With 2 minutes left.
Interesting look here. Coach Dunn has McFadden as the 4 on the court. He is tall, but I would say he plays much more like a guard.
And a timeout called by Bartlett after that made three. With that, we will step away. You are watching York Sports Network.
Do you know
Welcome back. Score 57-31. The Dukes in line here to take this regional semifinal win to advance to play the winner of Leiden versus Glenbard West, which is sequentially right after this game. McFadden tries drawing the contact. Torres juts out for the save. Piper up top. Working around.
Get it to Julian. He's calling for it in the post.
Whistle, and it's going Bartlett's way.
Double dribble called there. You'd just love to see the 3 bench players who just got in the game get something up on the board here.
Cross-court pass, 3-ball, Frost, not gonna fall. Ahem pulls down that board, taking it across, giving it to Piper. Torres. Piper right wing. Gives us in the corner. Ahem for 3. Off the top of the backboard. Woo, that's an athletic move right there if I've ever seen one from Pels. And why not?
Pels going out with a bang there. Capping off his senior year with a nice little jelly layup.
You know, I saw the exact same thing in the Glenbard North York girls game where York destroyed Glenbard North. The one girl on Glenbard North, she just pulled up from the logo, swished that with 15 seconds left. She was a senior, and I'm like, you know what? That's how you want to end your career. Pull up logo 3, make her miss, and she made it. That's how you want to end it. And this is how the Dukes will end it. They'll leave it 57-33. What an absolute dominant victory for the Green and White, sending Bartlett home after their regional quarterfinal win.
Winner of this so Dukes go on to play the winner of Glenbard North Leiden.
Glenbard West.
Glenbard West, sorry. I've been hearing Glenbard North. But yes, Glenbard West, led by Joshua Bushanab, will be taking on Leiden.
And with that, we would like to thank our crew tonight, Charlie Raleigh, John Finucane. I've been Luca DeSanto alongside me, Griffin Hanna. Good night and go Dukes.